Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and GodTube, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Wife wakes to find husband dead, but 90 minutes later, his heart miraculously starts beating again. Written by Mel Johnson, read by Alyssa Forsberg. Alistair Blake was dead 90 minutes. Everyone had given up hope. Police, paramedics, even his wife. But then suddenly he came back, earning himself the nickname of Lazarus from medical staff. And his recovery is truly a miracle story. Melinda and Alistair Blake of Australia were spending some time on their vacation home when the unthinkable happened. Melinda awoke in the middle of the night and thought her husband was snoring. But when she returned from the bathroom, she realized the noises she'd heard were something far more serious. Alistair had turned blue and was unresponsive. It turns out he suffered cardiac arrest due to a blocked artery, and he would spend 90 minutes dead. But little did Melinda know, God had been preparing her for this moment. Just 3 weeks prior, Melinda had brushed up on her first aid training with a refresher course. So, after calling emergency services, she immediately started performing CPR. She knew it was going to take the paramedics a while to make it to the beach house. "I knew he was dying, that we were in trouble, and I was on my own down at the beach house," Melinda explained. Even after paramedics arrived, nothing seemed to be bringing Alistair back. They spent more than an hour working on him, but after 8 shocks from a defibrillator and the administration of adrenaline, everyone thought he was gone. After all, he'd been dead 90 minutes. "When he was dying on the floor, I was saying to him, 'Come on, you have to be a pa, you have to be around,'" Melinda said. The couple, married for 30 years, were about to become grandparents. But next, something that only can be explained by God happened. Paramedics were wrapping up. Police were explaining to Melinda how they'd been working on Alistair for a long time without success. She was imagining having to tell their 3 children their father was gone. But then, after being dead 90 minutes, Alistair's chest started shaking and his pulse suddenly returned. They rushed Alistair Blake to the hospital, where Professor Jamie Leyland and Professor Ravi Teravapati performed surgery to unblock the artery. They gave Alistair a pacemaker and defibrillator, and watched in amazement as he recovered fully. In Alistair's case, he was dead for nearly 1 hour and 30 minutes. Him surviving to this extent is remarkable, Ravi Teravapati said. Alistair suffered no brain damage or lasting side effects. He's since gone on to celebrate his 60th birthday and welcome a new granddaughter. And after being dead 90 minutes, there's no medical explanation for this kind of recovery. "This is a guy that by all accounts should be dead, but he's alive and has made a miraculous recovery," Professor Jamie Leyland said. "I actually nicknamed him Lazarus because he literally was dead and they were just about to pull out and stop treating him. In those few minutes, he came back." And Alistair knows he's been given a gift. "I feel it is a miracle that I am as fit, able, and healthy as I am compared with the potential of what I could have ended up being," he said. This inspirational story is such a powerful reminder that our God still performs miracles today. Nightbirde shares heartbreaking health update after stealing everyone's hearts on AGT. Written and read by Alyssa Forsberg. Singer Jane Nightbirde Marczewski stole the hearts of the judges and audience when she won the golden buzzer for her audition on America's Got Talent. Now, Nightbirde's health update is devastating news since her cancer has come back and she has to leave the show. "Metastatic cancer moving around your body," said CNN's Chris Cuomo when he was recently talking to Nightbirde. "You were told you needed to take the treatment 100% seriously. What did that mean to you as a trade-off for your dream of performing?" "You know what? I'm not a quitter. So it was really hard for me to say that I couldn't finish the show," said Nightbirde. "I got shocking news less than a week ago about cancer regrowth that's taken over my lungs and liver. so my liver right now is mostly cancer. But like I said, I'm planning my future, not my legacy. Some people would call that blind denial, but I prefer to call it rebellious hope. And I'm not stopping anytime soon. Nightbirde is full of hope, and the words that she shares in this interview are just inspiring. Chris Cuomo asked Nightbirde if she has been working on any new music recently, and she shares some beautiful lyrics that she just wrote. The chorus goes, "I still got some magic in me. I don't feel it, but I still believe. The music stopped, but I can still sing. I'm pretty beat up, but I still got dreams." That's a song that means a lot to me, she says. When we're going through stuff like this, where really the pain is too much to bear sometimes, it makes no sense at all. If we can hold onto a dream for the future, sometimes that's all we need to get through. And I believe in dreams for all of our lives that originated in the imagination of God. And just think about that. Don't you want to see what happens if you don't give up? Don't you want to see what happens? That's what I keep saying to myself, and that's what I say to everyone watching tonight. Nightbirde has such a beautiful way of putting her pain to purpose through her lyrics. And it's not just her songs that inspire people, but the way that she views the world. She's not letting her cancer diagnosis steal the hope that she holds. When you go through something that is so devastating, makes no sense, there's no answers, you kind of have the choice, like, am I going to become bitter, or am I not? You do have a choice, you know. You do get to decide what becomes of you in a sense. And I've decided, in my most painful moments, to keep my eyes open, because it's easier to close your eyes and to give up and forget it. But there's so much beauty and poetry to be seen in the world if you're willing to sign off on the pain that it takes to stay awake in the middle of something that hurts so bad, she says. That's all this is. Anybody can do it. What an amazing woman. She is so brave and full of hope, and she has already impacted so many lives. We are praying for Nightbirde to defeat her cancer and continue following her dreams.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.